Scene script. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to bounce back from failure stronger than before, while others get stuck in their missteps? Let's take a moment to ponder over this, as we delve into the crux of what makes failure not just inevitable, but also instrumental in our journey. You see, failure isn't an anomaly, it's a universal experience. It's as ubiquitous as the air we breathe and just as vital for our growth. Consider an entrepreneur. Let's call her Jane. Jane had a vision to revolutionize the tech industry. She poured her heart, soul, and savings into her startup. But despite all her efforts, the venture crashed and burned. She was left with nothing but a pile of debt and a bruised ego. But here's the twist. Jane didn't let this failure define her. Instead, she embraced it. She analyzed her mistakes, learned from them, and then, armed with this newfound wisdom, she marched on. Today, Jane is the CEO of a successful tech company, a testament to her resilience and unwavering determination. What distinguishes Jane from the rest isn't her success, but her journey to it. Her failure became the foundation of her triumph, not because she was lucky, but because she chose to view her fall as an opportunity to rise. This is where the grit of failure comes into play. It's about having the resilience to dust yourself off after a fall. It's about fostering a positive mindset that sees failure not as a dead end, but as a detour to a better path. Failure can feel like a punch in the gut. It can shake your confidence, cloud your judgment, and even make you question your worth. But remember, it's not meant to break you, but to make you. It's not designed to stop you, but to propel you. It's not a sign of your incompetence, but a testament of your courage to chase your dreams. So the next time you face a setback, don't let it deter you. Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it. Because remember, failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success. How do you view failure? As a fatal blow or a learning opportunity? Your perspective on failure can either be a roadblock or a stepping stone to success. For some, failure is a bitter pill, an end to a journey. For others, it's a stepping stone, an opportunity to learn and grow. The difference lies in the way we perceive failure. Let's look at some real-life examples to illustrate this. Consider Thomas Edison, a man synonymous with invention and innovation. He made 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb. But did he consider himself a failure? No. Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perspective transformed his failures into stepping stones that eventually led to his groundbreaking invention. Then there's J.K. Rowling, the world-renowned author of the Harry Potter series. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, Rowling was a struggling single mother, living on welfare. Her manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers, but she didn't let these rejections define her. Instead, she used them as motivation to persevere. In her words, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you fail by default." So how can you shift your perspective on failure? Start by reframing your failures as opportunities for learning and growth. Instead of dwelling on the negative, focus on the lessons you can extract from the experience. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? Remember, every failure brings you one step closer to success. Instead of seeing failure as an insurmountable obstacle, see it as a challenge to overcome, a problem to solve. This shift in perspective can make a world of difference. It can turn your failures into stepping stones, leading you on the path to success. And remember, everyone fails. It's a part of life. It's how we learn, how we grow, how we become better. It's not the failure that defines us, but how we respond to it. Change your perspective, change your outcome. Is it possible to embrace failure? Now, that's a question that might raise a few eyebrows, but let's take a moment to consider it. Imagine you're an inventor, and you've come up with an idea that you believe could change the world. Yet, despite your best efforts, your first attempt falls flat. Then your second, third, even your 20th. Many would throw in the towel, but not you. You persist. And finally, after countless attempts, you succeed. This isn't just a story, it's the real-life tale of Thomas Edison. Before he invented the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times. But did he let that stop him? No. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison embraced failure, and because of that, he's remembered as one of the greatest inventors in history. Embracing failure isn't about celebrating defeat, but about understanding that it's an integral part of the journey towards success. It's about shifting our perspective and seeing failure not as a dead end, but rather as a stepping stone, a learning opportunity. Just like a muscle, our ability to bounce back from failure strengthens with each setback we face. The more we fail, the more resilient we become, and the closer we get to our goals. Failure is not a reflection of our worth, but an indicator that we're pushing our boundaries, that we're daring to venture into the unknown. So next time you encounter failure, don't shy away from it. Embrace it, learn from it. Let it fuel your determination and drive your innovation. Remember, every failure is a lesson in disguise, a chance to grow and improve. In the grand scheme of things, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Embrace failure. It's the best teacher you'll ever have. Did you know that failure can be a driver of success? It may sound paradoxical, but it's true. Failure, as painful as it can be, often holds the key to success. It forces us to step back, reassess our strategies, and learn from our mistakes. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. He is remembered for his remarkable inventions, but what many may not know is that he faced countless failures along his journey. One of his most famous quotes is, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison saw each failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone towards success. He used each setback as an opportunity to learn, refine his approach, and try again. And then there's J.K. Rowling, the author of the beloved Harry Potter series. Before she became one of the best-selling authors in history, she faced numerous rejections from publishers. But she didn't let that stop her. She learned from each rejection, improved her manuscript, and persevered until she finally got her big break. These stories are not exceptions. Many successful individuals, from athletes to entrepreneurs, have faced failure at some point in their journey. But what sets them apart is their ability to see failure not as a stumbling block, but as a stepping stone. They use failure as fuel to drive them forward, to push their boundaries, to learn and grow. Failure, in essence, is a powerful teacher. It provides us with valuable insights and lessons that we can't get from success. It forces us to confront our weaknesses, reassess our strategies, and strive for continuous improvement. So, the next time you face failure, remember these stories. Don't let failure discourage you. Instead, see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Remember, every setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. So, let's change our perspective on failure. Let's see it not as a symbol of defeat, but as a stepping stone towards success. Because in the grand scheme of things, failure isn't a setback, it's a setup for a comeback. How do you bounce back from failure and unleash success? Imagine standing in front of a rubber ball. You push it down with all your might, and what happens? It springs back up, even higher than before. That's the magic of resilience, and it's a quality we all possess. Bouncing back from failure isn't about pretending it didn't happen or brushing it under the carpet. It's about reframing the situation, learning from our mistakes, and setting new goals. Let's talk about how we can do that. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. He famously failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. But did he see those attempts as failures? No, he reframed them as steps on the path to success. Each failure was just another way that wouldn't work, bringing him one step closer to a solution. By shifting his perspective, he turned his setbacks into stepping stones. Learning from our mistakes is also crucial. Think about J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by 12 publishers before she found success with Harry Potter. Each rejection was a chance to refine and improve her work. She didn't just bounce back from failure, she used it as a springboard to unprecedented success. Finally, setting new goals is key. After his Terminator series, Arnold Schwarzenegger could have rested on his laurels. Instead, he set a new goal: to become governor of California. And he did it. Each failure was just a stepping stone on his path to success. So how do we bounce back from failure? We reframe the situation, learn from our mistakes, and set new goals. We turn setbacks into stepping stones. We use failure as a springboard to success. And remember, it's not about how hard you fall, but how high you bounce that counts. The bounce back is always stronger than the setback. What is it that we fear about failure? It's a question that pierces the heart of many. Is it the idea of not succeeding, of not living up to expectations, or of losing face in front of others? Whatever it may be, the fear of failure can be a potent deterrent, paralyzing us from taking risks and stepping out of our comfort zones. You see, failure is often viewed as something negative, a black mark against our names. It's a stinging reminder of our shortcomings, of plans that didn't pan out, and dreams that didn't take flight. But what if we shift our perspective? What if we see failure not as a dead end, but as a detour leading us to a better path? Let's take the example of Thomas Edison. He once remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's relentless pursuit of success, despite repeated failures, led him to invent the electric light bulb, a creation that forever changed the world. His story serves as a powerful testament that it is through overcoming the fear of failure that we can truly achieve greatness. Or consider J.K. Rowling, the famed author of the Harry Potter series. She was rejected by 12 publishing houses before Bloomsbury finally agreed to publish her manuscript. If she had let the fear of failure stop her, the magical world of Hogwarts would have remained locked away in her imagination, unbeknownst to the millions of readers it has since enchanted. These accounts illustrate a crucial point. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. It's the grit that polishes the diamond, the crucible that refines the gold. So don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Yes, the fear of failure can be daunting, but remember, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Overcoming this fear is not a one-time battle. It's a continuous journey, a constant push against the tide. Face your fears, chase your dreams. Because the only real failure in life is the failure to try. What does all this mean for you on your road to success? Well, let's take a moment to reflect on our journey today. We've delved into the grit of failure, the power of perspective, the art of embracing failure, the hidden success within failure, the resilience in bouncing back, and the paralyzing fear of failure. All of these elements play a crucial role in your journey towards success. So, let's start with the grit of failure. We talked about how failure is not a dead end, but a stepping stone. It's an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to build resilience. Take those failures and use them as fuel to drive you forward. Remember, diamonds are made under pressure. Next, we discussed the power of perspective. How you view failure can make all the difference. If you see it as a setback, it will hold you back. But if you see it as an opportunity to learn, it can propel you forward. Change your perspective, change your outcome. Then we delved into embracing failure. It's not something to be feared or avoided, but rather welcomed as a learning opportunity. Embrace your failures, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones towards your success. We also talked about the success in failure. It may seem counterintuitive, but failure can actually lead to success. It's through our mistakes that we learn our most valuable lessons. So don't shy away from failure. Instead, seek it out, learn from it, and use it to your advantage. Next, we explored the concept of bouncing back. Resilience is key in the face of failure. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about how quickly you can get back up and keep going. Resilience is the bridge between failure and success. And finally, we discussed the fear of failure. It's a common fear, but it can be paralyzing. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Instead, use it as motivation to push forward and strive for success. So, what does all this mean for you on your road to success? It means that failure is not the end of the road, it's just a bend in the road. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. It means that success is not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and bouncing back stronger. It means that the road to success is paved with failures, but it's those failures that make the journey worthwhile. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Keep moving forward, and success will follow.